Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Am I the Asshole? If you enjoy hearing Reddit stories, it would really support the channel if you could like or subscribe. Now, let's get started with our first story. Am I the asshole for leaving the hospital after my sister gave birth and announced the name of her baby? I, 32 female, have been dealing with infertility for 7 years now. My husband and I are prepared for the fact we might never get to have a child together. But it's not easy. We're both currently in individual therapy to help us process all of this and find a way to be at peace, regardless of what the future holds for us. But I truly hope we are lucky enough to have a child. My husband and I have baby names picked out. We never talk about them, but we have a little note on our baby name book with our boy and girl name pick. It's in our bedroom. We don't look at it much anymore, but it keeps us hoping, you know? My sister, 36 female, has 5 daughters, and 2 weeks ago, she gave birth to her first son. My husband was working, but I was at the hospital with my parents and my sister's ILs waiting for the birth. Once he was born, we were called in to meet my nephew, and my sister told us they'd chosen the name Elio for him. She said the name was originally mine and my husband's top choice. But since we wouldn't be having any kids after all this time, she decided they should use it and not let the name go to waste, being kept secret by me. It was then I remember seeing my sister at my room while she was pregnant a few months before. I thought nothing of it at the time, but realized she'd been snooping. My parents asked how she could do that without talking to me first. My sister replied that it seemed a shame to waste a perfectly good name if I asked her not to use it. I couldn't handle it and I left. I didn't even say congrats or anything. I left and went home and I cried for a while. The very next day, my sister called and asked me why I made it such a big deal. She also decided to drop that she was hurt. I never discussed my baby names with her, gatekeeping them, even when I knew I wouldn't have a baby. I asked her how she could go out of her way to take the one name my husband and I had picked. She called me sensitive. I ended the call without another word. My parents checked in on me 2 days after. But since then, my parents have said I should let it go and apologize for walking out. My sister also said I made her postpartum time, and it was very selfish on my part. Am I the asshole? Not the asshole. Now, this subreddit, including yours truly, is a big supporter of we don't effing own names. And that's true, but your sister was acting incredibly out of line here. The snooping, calling you out for not talking about the names ever, and choosing the name that she specifically got the idea of from snooping without so much as a conversation is completely unacceptable. What bothered me, hurt me most, was the fact she considers the name wasted on my husband and me. Like, yes, I know we might never have kids, we might never be that lucky, but the comment stung so much. I don't think I could bring myself to apologize for it. But I also wasn't sure if that made me an AH anyway. Sometimes you need to be an all. But it's a comfort to see the comments. It bothers me that she invaded my husband's and my privacy, but the comments are where the hurt is real. I never expected her to be so callous about this. When people show you who they really are, believe them. It's one thing for someone to not support IPU during your bad time. It is another thing for someone to make your bad time worse for you. You learn this person isn't worth keeping around. My advice is to block your sister and make it clear to parents that nothing short of a sincere apology and name change will allow her back into your life. You haven't done anything wrong, and your sister has added to your pain unnecessarily. Not the asshole. Keeping your preferences secret is not gatekeeping names. The names exist without you, and you don't owe anyone else your ideas. It sounds like she deliberately searched out your preferred name so she could use it to spite you and rub it in that she can use it while you so far can't. What a malicious way to bring a child into the world. And now, of course, she makes your provoked reaction about how that hurts her. I don't know how you get past this with her. Your sister sounds extremely toxic. Well, that's another episode of Am I the Asshole in the books. I really appreciate all of you who made it this far into the video. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, it would really help the channel out a lot if you gave the video a thumbs up, subscribe, or leave a comment down below. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.